Chanel is the new head of household, but could the veto wheel change her plans? And Dylan and Rai Rai go at it now on Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All Stars. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All Stars. It's day 10 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Chanel is the head of household. Who will she nominate for eviction? We'll find out tomorrow. And what will the veto wheel land on this week? We'll find out shortly. But first, as I'm sure I've said multiple times, and Rai Rai is sick and tired of hearing this, but I am playing a Survivor org at the same time as hosting Big Brother Cheesecake, which I will never do again because it is way too much work doing two at once. Either playing two orgs at once or playing an org and hosting at the same time. It's too much. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm having a fantastic time, but it is mentally and physically exhausting. And Jonathan has played in two at once before, and he says he's fine with it, but I don't have the physical or mental stamina for it. But anyway, so because of that, I was busy texting people in the Survivor org, and then I noticed on my phone at around 1 p.m., 180 missed messages from Big Brother Cheesecake, and I'm like, what? And sure enough, Dylan finally showed up in a big way and got into it with Rai Rai. I'm going to get into that in a second. I will say first, Reality Realness, Lindsay and Nick shot their exit interview and their regular episode yesterday with Jeffrey, the first evicted house guest, and unfortunately, I want to apologize. I have not watched it yet. I watched the first 10 minutes because, I can't resist. So I watched 10 minutes, but because everybody was messaging me from Survivor, I didn't want to watch with sort of like the half brain where you're texting people and watching at the same time because I want to enjoy it and I want to actually take everything in. So tomorrow or tonight when I get voted out of Survivor, because I know it's coming, I know, but it's okay. It was my best showing. Once I get voted out, I will get my wine and I will sit and I will actually watch and enjoy it. And I am sure it was a fantastic episode and I will have my thoughts on it on Saturday's episode. Next order of business before I get to the Dylan Rai Rai fight, the veto wheel, we were going to spin it now, but I said yesterday, I think I said it in the episode, if we land on the amethyst veto again, the house guests had to vote on whether we are going to move one to the left, which is the Pooh Brown power veto or fast forward, or one to the right, which is diamond. But what I said in the group chat is that everybody must vote publicly. Even if there is a majority, everybody must cast a vote. 3 people did not make it in time. Chad did not, Dylan did not, and Joanne did not. And in case anybody wants to blame Joanne, she had I don't want to reveal in case it's private for her, but she had a work emergency that was a legitimate work emergency from what I hear. And so I don't blame her. Now, if she was the only one, then I would have accepted the results of the vote. But because there were 2 others, Dylan and Chad, no, it's not valid. And therefore, if I land on amethyst veto, because not everybody voted, I will flip a coin to determine which veto we play for. Okay, so now let's get to the Dylan Rai Rai fight. So I'm going to set up the stage. So Jeffrey, of course, was overall pretty decent. I would be bitter. I'm bitter whenever I'm voted out of an org. It's just who I am. So Jeffrey was pretty good. He said, wow, none of you wanted to keep me. Curtis is like, it's nothing personal, my friend. And then finally, Dylan got involved. Here we go. Is everybody ready? This is so exciting. Okay, here we go. Thank you all but 3 for keeping me. And Ryan, boy, bye. I know you were trying to flip the vote to evict me after you promised me beginning of the week to have my back. I'm coming for you. Oh, sweetie, acting like you talked to me or anyone these last 7 days. And you still couldn't get the votes to evict me. If anyone thought I was campaigning to evict Dylan, you haven't experienced me campaigning. I weighed the odds of Jeffrey coming back into the game pissed versus the hissy fit I expected you to throw. I think I made the right choice. We'll get to see it soon. What, me campaigning to have you evicted? Probably. You can try and win an argument in here, fella, but I don't like your chances. Did you watch my season? That's why I'm here. Chad posts the popcorn emoji. Hissy fits and whining? Calling motherfuckers out who ain't shit. You're not slick at how you've been playing at all, but time will show that. Such a wee cutie standing there with my palm on your forehead swinging at air. Wee cutie, come through, Mother Goose. And who is trying to be slick? You, this entire week. Anyone feel like I was being slick? Or was I just upfront with everyone? No one is going to say to your face, rye bread. I love rye bread. So yummy. Maybe if you had actually shown up this week, you would have seen that I swing from the front. I think we all swing from the front. I can't find... Oh, sorry. I can't find the GIF. Oh, I've been here. I may not have been able to add my 2 cents, but I know what's popping. Just choosing not to campaign to the voters, showing a complete lack of respect of the process. I get it. How do you know whether I campaigned or not? You stayed out of respect for Curtis and fear of Jeffrey, not because you are a player. Know that and internalize it because your game so far has been garbage. Do you have a crystal ball that lets you see all my actions? Are you God? Who said I'm an amazing player? Duh, I stayed because I was next to a winner. Ryan, it's week 1. This is why you lost BB Ken. Stick around for the show. We'll see in a few weeks. Actually, the reason why Ryan lost BB Ken, 2 reasons. 1, bitches be crazy. And 2, he won HOH week 2 and put up his 2 closest allies, Andrew and Hamza. Whoops! Hamza's hot, though, so I approve. Well, no, I don't approve you putting him up, but yeah. But Jesse from that season, I've been trying to get Jesse from BB Ken 6 to play every season, and I try and get Kat to pull him in because Kat claims he's her friend or whatever, and that would just be an explosion of hotness. But anyway, let's see. Where the hell was I? I get that Andrew loves a hot mess, so you got to come back. But just because you are an all-star house with me doesn't mean you are at my level. You're right, I'm not at your level. I'm above it. I'm pretty hot. Thank you for noticing. If a smile that almost touches your eyebrows on a pug-like face is hot to some, who am I to judge? Ryan, the argument is over. You took too long to think of a comeback. How long did he actually take? 12:28... Oh, it's only 1 minute later. I don't think that was that much longer to come up with a comeback, but okay. You mean so little to me I didn't know what you looked like. I had to see your picture. You don't need to do that for me because you watched me play the game on television. Also, if you are conceding the argument, that's okay by me. I'd rather watch Joanne slap her tits around myself. If I mean so little, why are you still typing paragraphs to me? If you think 2 sentences really constitutes a paragraph, oof, those finals marks might be a little off. That's true. You want to see paragraphs? Curtis's final plea when he's on the block? That's paragraphs. Or his question to the jury. It's like an essay. 2 in the first, 2 in the second. That's 4. That's a paragraph. Is everything okay? Multiple messages on a separate topic. But do you? Also, I'm happy to say that my lowest grade in my finals, 4 finals, was a 90. Fortunately, I didn't get to 6, or you would have needed to put your phone down to count the math. That's about it. And then they started being nice to each other when Dylan's like, I got a 90 in all my finals. And Rai goes, all joking aside, congrats. Always good to accomplish your goals. And I'm like, boring. And then I scrolled all the way down. Okay, so... yeah, what is this? So I did... Oh, did I miss this? Oh, because I posted that JoJo was in the background. And then, of course, JoJo got involved with... Because JoJo messaged somewhere, and then I said, that background, and JoJo says, hello, I am Joe 3PO, the underwater Joe 3PO, C3PO, and I am now going into outer space to play with the All-Stars. I have been shot out of a cannon from the bottom of the sea. Not sure what you expect from players that haven't won or been eligible to win HOH or Veto or who haven't been nominated. So if that's background, K. And then Nicole says, at least you all got voices. Andrew legit thinks so little of my game, he didn't even try to give me a voice. You have a voice, it's coming, but you have to either be nominated, win a veto, win head of household. That's about it. Those are the only ways. So good luck to you. But getting a voice later in the game is generally better for your game than getting it week 1. But yeah. Anyway. Okay. Now, it's time to spin the veto wheel. So, Rai, who won the Golden Power Veto last week, won the Amethyst Veto last week's Golden Power Veto competition, Total Recall. And now we're about to find out what veto we're playing for this week. Here we go. This is the veto wheel. This is so exciting. Okay, here's the wheel. Here we go. Once again, if I land on Amethyst Veto again, then we will be flipping a coin because we couldn't get all the votes in by 10 p.m. All right, here we go. The veto we are playing for in week 2 is the Ruby Veto. So, as Brenda said multiple times, I wish I could have used the Ruby. Oh, I said that wrong. I wish I could have used the Ruby. That's better. The Ruby Power Veto premiered in Season 4. It was won by Brenda in Week 1, and she never got a chance to play it. She was evicted Week 8. And the Ruby Power Veto is simple. If the Golden Power Veto is used to save one of the 2 nominees, the Ruby Power Veto holder can use it to save the other nominee as well. The head of household still gets the power to name both of the replacement nominees, and the Ruby Power Veto holder is safe when they're using it. If the Golden Power Veto is not used by whoever the holder is, then the Ruby Power Veto cannot be activated. It can only be activated if the Golden Veto is used to save one nominee, and then the Ruby would save the other nominee. The Ruby Power Veto is also not eligible to be used in a double eviction. Okay, and you have whoever wins it has up until and including the week of the final 6 to use it. Okay, with that said, who will Chanel nominate for eviction? Find out tomorrow, and we will pick players for the Golden Power Veto competition. Saturday is the Golden Power Veto rules, Sunday the results, Monday the Golden Power Veto ceremony, Tuesday the final 2 nominees plead their case, and Wednesday is the next live eviction and head of household competition, where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 5 house, but they will join Jeffrey in Redemple Temple, where one will stay and one will go. I'm Andrew Chefs Moonves, and remember, when given the choice between good and evil, always choose sex. Good night.